7 Steps for Dealing with Recurring Thoughts of a Traumatic Past. Introduction. Dwelling in your past is never a good thing. The events that you've experienced in your past are there for you to learn from, and that's all. Often people find themselves thinking about the past mistakes they have made and the bad experiences they have had. If you don't learn to let go of these things, then you can suffer with stress and anxiety. Some things are easier to let go of than others. If you have had traumatic events in your past, then these can trigger stress on a regular basis. The good news is that there are ways to deal with this and minimize the impact that these events have on your life moving forward. 1. Believe that you can deal effectively with past traumatic events. A lot of people that suffer from the past traumatic events have the belief that they will never be able to get these out of their mind. As a result, their life is shaped by recalling these events and the stress and anxiety that this causes. If you really want to deal effectively with traumatic past events, then the first step that you must take is to believe that you can do it. Things that trigger anxiety and stress are not automatic. You can get to the root of these things and change your reaction to them. This is how people overcome their anxiety for good. If you have post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, then it is natural for you to believe that your stress and anxiety are triggered spontaneously and there is nothing you can do about it. But this is not the case. There are plenty of examples of people overcoming this problem, and if they can do it, so can you. We are not suggesting for a second here that it will be easy for you or that there is some overnight fix that you can apply. What we are saying is that when you believe that you can change things for the better, then you give yourself a chance to do it. Without belief, you will never change your situation. So, take out your journal. You do have a journal, don't you? And write down that you are going to deal effectively with your recurring thoughts of a traumatic past from this moment on. Write it down several times. You are going to be taking daily action, so it is good to look at this belief commitment every single day moving forward. 2. Create a strong why. Sometimes writing down that you are going to fix a problem isn't enough. You need to link strong emotion to wanting to do this. It is going to be a tough journey for you, so you will need all of the inspiration and motivation that you can lay your hands on. Think about life without having to deal with the recurring thoughts of a traumatic past event or events. What would that look like for you? How would you feel to be free from this thing that has made you a prisoner in your own life? Create a why statement that you can live by every day. Clearly spell out the reasons in writing that you want to rid yourself of these recurring thoughts that trigger so much unhappiness in your life. Write down how you will feel once you have achieved this. Make your why statement as strong as you can. Read it every morning when you wake up to inspire you to take action. If your why statement doesn't motivate you that much, then work on it until it does. It is very important that your why statement is as powerful as possible and stirs up all the right emotions inside of you. 3. Identify the triggers. The recurring thoughts from your past trauma do not just pop up for no reason. There are going to be a number of triggers all around you that you are probably not even aware of. A trigger can come from inside you or something external in your environment. When you increase your awareness of these triggers, it will help you to deal with the situation a lot better. It will be possible for you to prevent the symptoms or lessen the impact when you are able to identify the types of feelings, thoughts, and situations that trigger the problem. You can take action to limit your exposure to these triggers. As we said before, there are internal and external triggers. Internal triggers can be emotions, memories, and bodily sensations. Your heart could be racing, for example. External triggers can be situations, places, or people that you encounter on a regular basis. These are things outside of your body. Internal trigger examples include sadness, anger, memories, tension in your muscles, loneliness, frustration, any kind of pain, feeling abandoned, your heart racing, feeling out of control. Examples of external triggers are a smell, an argument, a place, an anniversary, something on TV, a news item that triggers an event, a relationship ending, witnessing an accident, seeing someone that reminds you of the event. To identify your triggers, it is best for you to spend some time thinking about when you start to suffer from recurring thoughts. You can ask yourself a number of questions to help you to do this. What was the situation that you were in? What emotions were you experiencing? What was happening around you? What thoughts were running through your mind? How did your body feel? Did you meet anyone that triggered the thoughts? Write down all of the details here. You are probably not going to be able to identify all of the triggers in one sitting, so treat this as an ongoing task. If something triggers your recurring thoughts that are not on your list, then write it down afterwards. Your aim should be to capture as many of these triggers as you can. 4. Avoidance strategy. Once you have identified a number of triggers, you have something to work with. In an ideal world, you could avoid all of the triggers on your list and never be bothered with the recurring thoughts of a traumatic past event again. But you live in the real world, so you need to be realistic with this. Internal triggers are the hardest to deal with. Emotions, thoughts, and bodily sensations are tough to avoid, but there are coping strategies for these that we will discuss a little later. It is easier most of the time to deal with external triggers as you can take some actions to manage your environment. If you know that a particular place is going to trigger the recurring thoughts, then avoid that place. The same goes for any person that triggers the event. You need to accept here that you cannot always control your environment and that it is possible that you may accidentally come into contact with someone that triggers the event, for example. You need to accept that it is not going to be possible for you to avoid all of the triggers that you have on your list. If a trigger cannot be avoided, then the next best thing is a good coping strategy to deal with the situation. 5. Mindfulness. When you are suffering from recurring thoughts of a past traumatic event, you will want to be able to distance yourself from the situation. One of the best and most effective ways to do this is through the practice of mindfulness. Mindfulness is all about living in the moment. Instead of focusing on past events, you are blissfully aware of the things around you and what is happening right now. It is a great way to calm your mind, and people have been using mindfulness as a way to cope with anxiety and stress for centuries. Many research studies show the benefits of mindfulness. It is a very effective way to break the pattern of preoccupation with the thoughts of a past traumatic event. When you break this pattern successfully, you are able to focus your attention on the things that really matter in your life, such as your personal goals, your family, and friends, and so on. A lot of people think that mindfulness is a difficult thing to practice. This is not the case at all. It is just a matter of focusing your attention on the present moment, and it is something that you can do at any time and anywhere. You can learn to practice mindfulness meditation. If this seems too difficult for you, then you can induce mindfulness by simply concentrating on your breathing. At first, you may find that your mind wanders, and all you have to do in this situation is to refocus. After a while of practicing this, you will get better and better at it. As you practice mindfulness, you will develop better awareness skills and you will be better able to focus your attention on one thing at a time. When you are in a state of mindfulness, you will notice sounds, smells, and sights that are around you. You will also be aware of your body, such as your heartbeat and other sensations. With mindfulness, you can develop the skill of being non-judgmental about your experiences. You will tend to look at things in a more objective and rational way, and this will help you to form the perception that the past is the past and you need to focus on your future. From this will come self-compassion as well. You will learn that you no longer have to label things good or bad. There is nothing that you can do about events of your past. They happened, and now it is time to let go and move on. Mindfulness can help you be a lot more open to future possibilities, such as a life without the constant recurring thoughts of a past traumatic event. You will also be able to see things for what they really are more clearly. This can help you to let go of past events in your life. What mindfulness will help you do more than anything is to help you to get out from inside your head and be firmly in touch with the present moment. At the beginning, this will give you much needed temporary relief from those negative recurring thoughts. As you practice mindfulness more, you will be able to move beyond this. 6. Self-soothing. Self-soothing is all about using your senses to distract you from the negative recurring thoughts that you are having about past events. There are methods that you can use to provide distance from these thoughts that use the 5 senses of sight, smell, sound, taste, and touch. Let's start with sight. You can use your sight sense to distract you from negative thoughts. An example could be to find something that interests you to look at, such as a work of art, or you could find something that you find funny to look at. Reading an interesting book is a good way to use your sight sense. You can also reach a good state of calmness by simply watching the clouds pass by overhead. If there is a movie or a TV show that really makes you laugh, then you can indulge in this to break the negative thought pattern. Looking at nice images is a good way to use your sight sense. Maybe some photographs that you have of happier times or a wonderful vacation. You will probably have pictures of loved ones that will distract you. Or why not just daydream about the places in the world that you would love to visit? Your sense of smell is a lot more powerful than you may think. A strong smell can easily break a negative thought cycle. One of the best examples of this is aromatherapy. There have been studies that prove aromatherapy is an effective way of dealing with anxiety, stress, and other problems. There are many soothing scents that you can take advantage of to distance yourself from your negative thoughts. Just smelling the bouquet of a flower can provide a powerful distraction. At an even simpler level, why not go outside and take in some wonderful fresh air? You can transform yourself into a positive state by using your sound sense. A lot of people that suffer with anxiety and stress find that soothing music works wonders for them. Find the music that really relaxes you and add it to your phone so that you can experience it wherever you are. There is a lot of power in saying positive affirmations out loud as well. You can record these and then play them whenever you want. If you want to get creative, why not learn how to play an instrument so that you can create your own sweet music to tantalize your sound sense? If you are stressed, do you tend to eat as a way of obtaining comfort? There's a good reason for this if you do it. It works. Your taste sense is powerful as well, and if you eat something that really makes your taste buds dance, then this can be a very effective distraction from negative thought cycles. If you are worried about piling on the pounds doing this, then there are alternative choices to chocolate and junk food. There are delicious herbal teas available that are very soothing to drink. A tasty meal can also work very well without adding more inches to your waistline. Healthy snacks are available that are very tasty and won't cause you to get fat. Finally, we have your sense of touch. Your skin is very sensitive to certain stimuli, and you can use this to create distance between you and your recurring thoughts. Touch is a very powerful way to help you relax and relieve any stress or tension that you are experiencing. Many people swear by the healing power of a warm bath. Water is a great way to bring you relief from stress. If you like to swim, then this will calm you down, and it is good exercise as well. Simply going outside and feeling the warm sun on your skin can kick in your touch sense and divert your mind from the recurring thoughts. If you have the chance to get a relaxing massage, then we strongly encourage you to do this. A trained massage therapist can have you feeling wonderful in a very short time. It is so calming and relaxing to have a professional massage. 7. Journaling. When you use a journal every day, it can really help you to deal with any kind of traumatic past event. You will use expressive writing in your journal, and there are a number of studies that prove that this can help you with your psychological health and your physical health too. There are no huge costs involved with journaling. It's all about pen and paper. The simplest of notebooks is fine for a journal. Forget about computer-based journals. There is something really powerful about writing things down. Making regular journal entries will improve your cognitive ability, and it will help in counteracting stress. You can even strengthen your immune system by regularly journaling. By expressing how you feel about your life, it will help you to deal with those recurring thoughts more effectively. When you are writing in your journal, your focus is diverted to this task. It can really help with relieving any tension that you have. We recommend that you use your journal to map out your future. Write your goals in it and plan for how you will achieve them. When you do this, you will give new meaning to your life going forward. It will give you the hope and belief that you need to make the positive life changes that will free you from past traumatic events. Another positive way to use your journal is to make a daily entry about what you are grateful for in your life. When you have experienced a traumatic event, finding things to be grateful for may be tough for you. Think about the simple things that you take for granted, such as being alive, having a roof over your head, having supportive family and friends, having food on the table, and so on. Aim to write 3 things that you are grateful for in your journal each day. Conclusion. You now have 7 powerful steps that you can take to deal with the recurring thoughts of a traumatic past. If you want to change your life for the better, you need to take action, and all of these steps are pretty easy to do and will help you. It all starts with believing that you have a better future ahead of you.